the location of people that we have on the call today, and especially those who are joining us because they're interested in what I consider to be a very, very crucial conversation that we should be having in today's world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've introduced myself to you and I would like to get to know you as well. So, please, in the comment section, in the chat area, put your name, tell us where you're joining us from, tell us what you do, if you would like to share what you do, just so we get to know you a lot more. Let's hear from you. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Because I don't see anybody commenting yet. Oh, thank you so much. I've seen someone sending a message. Let me first apologize. In case I do not call your name correctly, I'm going to try my best. But just in case I do not call your name as correctly as it should be pronounced, please know that it's not intentional. All right, I see someone in the chat area. Eswatini Youth. Greetings from Eswatini Youth and Women for Change. This person is Director Lindo Cool. Lindo Cool. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Sibia, I think I will just stick to that. Director Sibia, thank you so much. What country are you joining us from? It would be nice to also get to know where you're joining us from. Thank you, I see. And your last Salawu, hello, thank you for coming. I see Check Traore from Cote d'Ivoire, the CEO founder of 350 Cote d'Ivoire. I also see a speaker at the session 10 that we'll be having today. I see someone, greetings from Kenya. Thank you so much. Let's get to hear from more persons as well so we can commence the session for today. I want to see more persons in the comment section. Tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us your name. I see Emmanuel Ayokunle Eniade, a youth leader and president, Youth Wing Christian Council of Nigeria. Hello, Ayo. Thanks for joining. It's a pleasure having you join us. I see. Hi, everyone. My name is Sina Lahai from Sierra Leone, Freetown. I am leading an empowerment and sustainability to drive a change in schools for children. Thank you so much, Sina. It's such a pleasure to have you. And yes, good to know you're doing something this great in Sierra Leone. Thank you so, so much. I want to see more persons. Please introduce yourself. Let us know what you do and let us know where you are joining us from. We hope to do this for the next 3 minutes and then we commence the first session for today. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Climate Action and Education Forum 2026. Yesterday was the first day for this forum, and we had really, really interesting conversations. And today will be no exception. Today we'll be having very deep conversations that touches climate education. And I also need to mention out there that beyond what we're going to be discussing during the course of the summit, we also want to encourage everyone to please implement this. And that is the reason why you could see that we're not just talking climate education, we're also talking climate action, which means that we expect that the participants and delegates in the summit is able to, after the summit, implement the things that we will be discussing during the course of this event. We want to see more persons introduce themselves. Some people are just joining us. Please let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know what you do. This is an opportunity for us to network. You could just see somebody who is doing something similar to what you're doing, and that can be the game changer for you. That person can be your potential partner. While we're waiting for more persons to let us know where they're joining us from, I want to use this opportunity to thank the My Foundation, especially the CEO of My Foundation, Ayomide Iwalaye. I hope I called that correctly. I want to say thank you for putting together this great initiative and this great summit that is changing the lives of people and how they think about bringing on a change in the world at large. So thank you, and thank you also for the opportunity you've given to me to lead the conversations, some of the conversations that we will be having today. I don't take this for granted. Thank you. I see more persons joining. I see someone here. Hello, everyone. I'm Amal from Yemen. and I'm the first deputy of the Youth Council. Wow, we have a first in the building. Thank you so much, Amal. It's such a pleasure to have you here. We'd like to hear from more persons. More persons. We have 1 more minute to do this, and then we go into the first session for the day. Hi, everyone. My name is Oishi Juliet, an SDGs 2 and 3 advocate and a chapter leader of Eating Disorder Support and Awareness in University of Nigeria in Nsukka. Thank you so much, Juliet. It's such a delight to have you join the call, and it's so good to see you're doing so well in the SDG space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, while we prepare for the first session, I just want to be sure that all our speakers for the first session are on the call and are getting ready to have this very, very important conversations around the green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. So again, please get ready. We'll be going straight into the first session very quickly, but I want to be sure that you are all on the call and you are ready for this conversation. Before we have the panel session, we will be having the keynote presentation, and the keynote presentation is to be taken by Nicole. Nicole is the founder of Soul Wash in the United States. Nicole, please confirm you're on the call. Nicole, are you on the call? Nicole, can you please confirm if you're on the call? Ayamide, I don't know if you can please help me confirm if Nicole is on the call. Hello? I can't see everyone, which is why I need someone to help me confirm. Nicole, are you on the call for the keynote presentation for the first session? Okay, I see that Nicole is not on the call, so we're going to go right into the panel session for this, the first panel session for this event today. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the session 6, and the topic for this session is green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. And for the panel session, we will be having Piria Sia, CSIO of my station. Minutes. Let me turn off my phone. All right. Please confirm you're on the call, Priya. Pira Sial. Are you on the call? For the panel session, Pira Sial, who is the CSIO of My Foundation Global and the program, as well as project lead of Roots to Rise in Pakistan, is one of our panel moderators, panelists. Yeah. We also have on the panel session Ingali. I'm so sorry if I did not call your name correctly. Ingali Dar Pesi, who is a quality systems and product development lead at Divine Favor Sari. Please confirm you're on the call.
Hello, Pelsia, I'm on the call, Ngale.
Okay, Ngali, good to have you all the way from Cameroon. Thank you so much for joining the call. We have also on the panel, we have Mungwaya Hamza, who is the African Regional Working Group of the UNCCD Youth Caucus. Can you please confirm you're on the call? Mungwaya, can you confirm you're on the call?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Mungwanya Hamza, and nice to be with you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining the call. We have the last person for this panel session, Bilal Mansouri. Bilal Mansouri is an independent secular economic consultant all the way from Tunisia. Can you please confirm you're on the call? Bilal or Bilal Mansouri, can you confirm you're on the call? Okay. All my panelists on the call except for the last panelist, which is Bilal. So I will just go on and proceed with what we have in this conversation. This conversation is going to be happening within 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. And we hope to dive deep into this very important conversation around green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skill. I would like to first start by, for some persons on the call today, they do not understand what green job means. They need to understand what green job is. So if you're to explain what a green job is to a layman, how would you explain it? I would like you to answer that, Ingali. Yeah. Can you please answer that question? How would you explain what a green job means to a layman?
Okay, thank you for giving me the floor. Firstly, a green job is any job that requires you to protect the environment while contributing to also keep or have or carry out sustainable practices that protect the environment. So that is a green job. So we basically protect the environment while also practicing sustainability. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ngali. All right. So my next question would be, what skills will young people need to succeed in the green economy of the future? I will be addressing this question to Mungwaya. Mungwaya, I would like you to please take this question. What skills do you think that young people need to succeed in the green economy of the future? Mungwaya, are you on the call? If you're speaking, your mic is muted. Hello, Mungwaya, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, did you get my question?
I beg your pardon.
So the question is, what skills do you think that young people need to succeed in the green economy of the future?
Okay, as we all know, green economy means we are putting climate into our minds, and it's what we are focusing on first. Meaning that if one ever wants to succeed in the green economy, one we need to know what really is required for the green economy. Meaning we should make sure that in all that we do, we get the skills that allow us collaborate with other people, more so stakeholders in manufacturing products that are less effective, like that carry less effects to the environment. We need to work with people. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say is we need more of collaboration skills for us to survive in the green economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ngwaya. Is there anyone who would like to add to that question as well, to just throw a little bit more light to that question? The question is, what skills will young people need to succeed in the green economy of the future? Any other panelists that would like to speak to that? Any other panelists that would like to speak to that?
Okay, I can add what he said.
All right, please.
So basically, youth need a combination of skills to be able to succeed in the green economy in the future. They need a combination of technical, human, and practical skills, right? For example, being in the green economy does not only mean you need to partake in renewable energy. A youth might be able to learn agro-processing, waste management. That is all part of the green economy. That same youth should also be able to have critical thinking skills and problem solving skills. I'll take a simple example. In the case of cassava processing, for example, it is not only enough to be able to know how to harvest cassava, you need to also be able to learn how to manage waste from cassava. You should be able to learn how to transform the cassava into something like a value added product, right? I think those are the skills that youth should be able to adopt with regards to the green economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ngali, for that addition. If I also want to pick what you both have said, at the very, very bottom of this is being able to think solution beyond just having the skill in the green economy. So thank you so much for that. I would like to ask my next question, but I want to direct this next question to Pira. Pira, can you please confirm you are available? I can't recall if you acknowledge your presence the other time. Priya, are you on the call? Okay, so Priya is not on the call, which means I basically have you, Ngale, and Mungwaya. So I'm going to be directing my question again to the both of you. And I'm very certain that even if we have just the both of you currently on the call, we can still have the best of conversation regarding green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. So for anyone who is just joining the call, we are having the conversation around green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. And my next question would be, what are the greatest opportunities for green jobs and entrepreneurship today? What do you think are the greatest opportunities that we have today when we talk about green job and entrepreneurship? I would like you to start first. Mungwaya, I would like you to please start first. Mungwaya, are you there? Okay.
Yes. I'm saying the greatest opportunities we have right now, like in this era, is AI. If we can leverage the ability of AI and production, that could be the best collaboration we could do for the future. For example, if we are looking at the green economy, meaning we are looking at smart free energy, and this energy can, let's say, recently they developed a way of producing electricity by using thermal mechanisms, whereby this electricity is gotten from the Earth's core, like the energy is from the Earth's core. And then the chips that they were using, most of them, they were integrating AI and human whatever. So, meaning, according to me, one of the best things I think we have in this era is AI. And this AI, it's what we can integrate into things like industrial production, because if we are talking about Africa right now, what we have mostly is raw materials, because I'm from Uganda personally. So meaning if what we have is raw materials, we should look for ways of extracting them without making any negative effects to our environment, and then processing them, still making them free from producing gases like nitrogen oxide and stuff. So for me, the greatest opportunity right now that I see is AI, and then production using still like energy production without producing material, because we have the resources that are needed right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mungwaya, for that very insightful response. If I want to pick something from what you've just said, you're talking about how we can leverage AI and technology to, to achieve what we're trying to achieve in the green economy. Do you know of any? Because I wouldn't want us to just have conversations and we just talk and go. I want us to also think about connecting us to the solutions. So if you're recommending that we integrate AI and technology in the green economy, do you have any recommendation as to where you think anyone who is looking to do something like this should look into or should look at, if you get what I mean? Mungwaya, did you get my question?
Yes, I'm still there.
Yeah, did you get my question?
I could beg for a pardon.
Okay, so I was saying that beyond, you have talked about integrating AI and technology in the green economy. And I'm saying if there is someone on the call today who is listening to you and feeling pumped to want to go in that direction of integrating AI or technology into what they do in the green economy space, do you have any recommendation that can give them a good head start? So, say for instance, if there are bodies they can partner with that uses technology to, you know, that infuses technology in the green economy, or do you have any recommendation you think they can start with? And it's okay if you don't have. I'm just asking if you do, so somebody can just pick a lead from there.
Oh, okay. One of the recommendations that I have are like in manufacturing. Let's say, for example, in the country where I come from, like Kampala, here in Uganda, our main transportation system is made up of border borders and taxis. These things produce a world amount of gases like carbon dioxide, because as we know, the way the engine works and stuff. But then there is now production of electric buses by some local company called Kia Motors. This thing is reducing like the gases that are produced by this traffic with a great percentage. So if we could integrate innovation skills into perfection of the production of these things and the transportation itself, I think if we could learn how the AI works and integrate it into the transportation and the production of these machines themselves, it could reduce on the power being burned, because now we will be consuming electricity um instead of fossils and other stuff. So by integration of AI, I mean that if we could learn and program these transportation systems and other things instead of using machines that use fossil fuels and kerosene and stuff, it could reduce by a great deal. And it's also creating the green jobs we look at. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mungwaya. Thank you for that insight. Um, why I would have wanted Ngali to throw light on that, I think I would rather ask you a different question, Ngali. And that question would be that how can young people who are from low income communities access green skills? Mungwaya talked about the need to integrate AI and technology in the green economy. And then let's assume that there's someone who is on the call who says, I would have loved to do this, but I do not have the resources to do this. I don't have access to the amenities to do this. How do you think that such young people from low income community can actually access green skills without expensive education or training? Ngali, that question is for you.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. One thing I would say is it's that we need to stop equating quality skills to expensive degrees, right? So young people can easily access these skills by just simple trainings. For example, there are government or institutions that mostly create subsidies or these fellowships and trainings that help to equate or to give young people these skills they need. For example, there are some agric fellowships that are being organized by the UN, by other governmental bodies. Also, institutions or companies or green companies, when I talk of green companies, I talk of renewable energy companies, agro processing companies, agricultural companies should create more opportunities where young people from low and middle income countries are invited to these companies to learn the basic skills needed to function in the green economy. Because you do not expect somebody from a very not like from a very non-resourceful background to afford a very high tuition fee just to learn a green skill that can help them. So the key takeaway is that there are a lot of programs that are organized by government bodies, by institutions, by non-governmental organizations that might help these young people to get these skills. So I'll also call on all young people to always search, go online, search about fellowships, search about free trainings, search about trainings that have scholarships for you to just equip yourself without necessarily going through this big education with expensive degrees. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ngali, for that insight. Just to also mention, for people who are wondering, if Ngali is saying that I have to look out for these opportunities out there, because yes, of course, there are free opportunities that you can take advantage of. If you're wondering where you can get such opportunities, such information, this is the point where I invite you to join the My Foundation Global. Join our community. In our community, we post these kind of opportunities, and I believe that if you're a part of it, you would be able to take advantage of what Ngali had said you should. Before I go into the next question, please pardon me. I just want to call the attention of Ayomide. Ayomide, can you please check your WhatsApp? I sent a message to your WhatsApp. I just wanted to quickly confirm something from you. So thank you, Mungwaya. Thank you, Ngali. So far, we've been having a very wonderful conversation. I have a few more questions before we wrap up for this very session of the event. The next question that I have is going to Mungwaya, and that is, what role do you think that entrepreneurship plays in turning climate changes into economic opportunities? Remember, we're talking green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. So, what do you think is what role do you think that entrepreneurship can play in turning climate changes into economic opportunities? Mungwaya, that's for you, please.
Okay, thank you once again. What role does entrepreneurship play? I think entrepreneurship really plays the foundational role in the green economy. For example, one of the things that make the green economy is the recyclability of the waste products we have right now in disposal. Like right now, we have a great deal of plastics and other non-biodegradable material in our environment. But if you have the entrepreneurial skills and the right resources plus mentorship, and find a way of turning these into a reusable product or something better, it will earn you, the youth, money, and also on the other side, it will help develop the like to reduce on the waste management. For example, it's either Nigeria or Kenya where there is a lady that started up a recycling plant where they recycle, they used tires into paver blocks. She has really been successful to it. She's earning some good money and the business is doing well, whereas her creating impact onto the environment. We can borrow a leaf from that by doing some other thing. For example, bottles. can be used on plantations, can be turned into some other things. And is so many, meaning that if you have the entrepreneurial skills and you can find what's the problem we are having with waste management, what problems are we having with the products we use in agriculture, if you could find what to solve in that direction, you get the money and you get to develop or contribute to the green economy as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mungwaya, for that insight. I want to also allow one of our panelists who haven't spoken at all, who I just found out is now on the call. Pira, please confirm you're on the call and can speak now. Pira?
Thank you so
Sia.
much.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to have
Thank you.
you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Magadine, for inviting me and giving a platform to represent the South Asian countries' perspective onto this. And it's really be honored to be here and giving the insights onto the AI and the green job. So I wanted to add in general because it's a panelist session, and I'm open to ask. Open to add any of the inputs and insights from the Pakistan or the South Asian countries, that how exactly we all are onto the green jobs, and also the AI exactly the part of our climate solutions as well as. So as the session is about how exactly we are on a um, how exactly we believe as a youth that we are not only bringing the climate solutions, and climate is of course impacting everyone equally, but yes, we are bringing the different informations and the knowledge in terms of regarding the AI and the green jobs as well as entrepreneurship, because we believe whatever the impacts causing in a different communities and as well as in a frontline communities especially, which are directly impacted, they are the one without the external support from the business communities or even from the governments. They are also leading the solutions, and most importantly, the indigenous communities, they are using those knowledges. One of the bestest example I would give you, which I have seen in our frontline communities, when the people and the specific communities, they were just given a short deadline to leave the spot due to the climate change, there will be the flooding situation or anything, they will leave it and they will be depending on the external supports. I have seen that the women, they have the no any support from that, but they have taken action in terms of the entrepreneurship to create a solutions into that problem. One of the best solution, the skill development. Whatever the indigenous they do, they have a knowledge, so they are bringing it to earn it for their own selves. As well as I have seen the most of the educators or the communities are bringing the solutions in terms of like water reservations and the rain harvesting, and even the especially the AI right now is creating a many of solutions in a way exactly. Also the GIS systems as well as the green jobs, which we believe that everyone is saying about green jobs and everything, but the climate problems are also causing and creating the number of the green jobs. And right now, every other demand is about the green jobs, and everyone is asking, you must have this experience into how you will go to the make the projects or the suggestions in terms of the mitigations and the adaptations. One of the best example is about here in the scientific community. I have seen the rainwater which was wasted in many of the communities, and the gallons of the water just mixed with the wastewater, and it will be useless for this. But now there's a lot of the projects has been created, and they have invested money in a rain harvesting, and that water is again recycled and used for the different purposes. And also, one of the best example I can give you that the rural and especially in the climate vulnerable and marginalized communities, they are bringing their indigenous knowledge into that. And the best way to make awareness about the green jobs, entrepreneurship, artificial intelligence is the one to connect the education with skills, then skills should be connected with internships, and internships will be the decent jobs which is created by any of the communities like the United Nations and everyone, and then it will lead us to the entrepreneurship in any ways. And then we have like incentives, and the policies are especially should be created specifically by the government so they can make uh, the program especially on the green jobs entrepreneurship and is exactly on a future skills. So I can say that the green jobs are like the climate solutions, and they are economic opportunities and economic friendly as well wherever you belong. And even in UNFCCC's Paris Agreement, which is a 2030, given like the climate future opportunities and the future the predictions onto this, but it will lead us to again extend it with a 2035, and there is a many of the opportunities comes in a way the green jobs in a way of like a decent, safe, inclusive, and as well as very fairly paid green jobs in any of the ways wherever they are working and wherever the problems are causing and where the green jobs are exist. So focuses on always like a high potential sectors about these green jobs and entrepreneurship, like it can be a renewable energies or like we are most of the countries and even industries are entirely depending on the solar panels, renewable energy systems. They are directly shifting their energy resources from water products, water produced to this sunlight produced renewable and the wind power plants. Then we have waste management, which is the bestest way, because this year in a COP31 presidency has 2 days ago they have opened the letter, and one of the key priority of the zero waste. So on this, waste management is the best way to go ahead and to manage the specifically about how we have to manage the waste in any kind of hazardous and non-hazardous, either the hospital waste, even thousands of the kilogram per day from a one public hospital can be generated a hazardous, non-hazardous, and the waste that should be recycled in a very friendly manner. Then we have a circular economy, then we have the water projects, and then sustainable agriculture, which is the bestest and first priority of all the crops, that the sustainable agriculture should be the first part of any of the job, which gives a first priority to the women and the youth. And as a green construction and clean transport, which is a very mandatory for the urbanization, because we must need to be make a urban planning, and the development should be eco-friendly and it should be clean, or it should be a sustainable way, because we have observed that urban situation is very hard in a different countries because they were in a very congested areas that they do not have any specific tree plantations or anything. And we have to make the future skills in terms of the artificial intelligence, GIS, data analysis, or climate technology, which is environmental monitoring, and leadership or entrepreneur leadership. So in my opinion, women and the youth are always given an opportunities, because we aware of that what problem are there, and we need to be come up with a green solutions in terms of AI or in terms of the green jobs. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Thank you so much, Priya. I mean, you gave us an entire masterclass on what green jobs and climate solutions means. And I think that you did not just share your insight, but you also gave solutions for people who are asking themselves, what next? What should I do? I'm listening to conversations around climate action. What is the next thing that I should do? And how can I find this help? These are the things that you've touched on, and I'm glad. I mean, while you were talking, I had some questions I wanted to ask you. But before I would even talk about the question, you're already saying the answers to the question as you continued further. Thank you once again, Priya, for that very insightful contribution. We would be going to the next question. We're wrapping up the session very soon. Hopefully, within the next 12 minutes, we're able to touch on some more things that are critical in the conversation. In case you're just joining us, we are in the session where we are talking about green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. And we've been having really great contributions from the panelists regarding the concept of green jobs and how entrepreneurship plays around in that space, as well as how the future skill that we need for green jobs can be developed and what we can do to prepare for the future of green job. So again, like I said, I have a few more questions before we wrap up. And the first question I have that I have left is that what should employers do differently to prepare for the future workforce? We are talking green energy, and I believe that in one way or the other, everyone has a part to play, and this climate actions affect everyone. So it's important that everyone thinks from the light of solution. And so, Mungwaya, this is for you. What do you think that employers should be doing differently to prepare us for the future workforce? Mungwaya, please confirm you're on the call.
Hello. Yes, thank you for this opportunity. The question is, what should employers do for them
to prepare us for the future workforce?
To prepare us for future workforce. Employers, right now, most of the production and stuff is made on solid decisions. So what I think employers should do, it's they should create more research or provide more research papers and stuff so that people that are coming into the market can really learn from what's happening right now. Because basically, if you look at what's happening is the education systems that are in present right now, most of them, they merely talk about climate action. They don't so much attend to the climate crisis right now. So I think there should be programs designed to come and teach or talk to young people and tell them what's really happening and what level of creativity is required into this job market. Because, for example, if you are studying engineering, they merely talk about it, yet these are the fields that greatly impact the climate. So what I think is we should integrate the employers, sit with the educators and find a way of integrating climate smart innovation studies into whatever thing that into programs that students are taking at the moment, because that's not happening right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you done, Mungwaya?
Thank you. That's my submission. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And again, that brings us back to what this program is about, which is the fact that we are not just talking climate action, but we're also talking about the need for the education of climate action, which is what you've just reiterated again in your submission. Thank you so much, Mungwaya. I would be, I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Ngali. I don't know if you have any submission to that question. If you don't, then we can move forward.
Regarding the question of what employers can do,
yeah.
One thing I can say is that employers need to move from asking, we want people with high qualifications, to asking, what do people actually do? So rather than putting their focus on the qualifications that young people have, they should put their focus on what potential do these young people have? What can these young people actually bring? And also, they should participate more in training these young people, giving them mentorships, and creating more entry level opportunities for them to learn. Because you get a young person say, I cannot work in this company because they say they want someone with 5 years of experience. Whereas, if employers can make sure that there are entry level positions for these young people who are creative and have innovative ideas with regards to green economy, it is really going to help not only to boost sustainability but also to boost their own companies. Because I can tell you for a fact that there are a lot of young people who have ideas, there are a lot of young people who have the potential, but they cannot bring out their potential because there is no person or no institution to boost their work. So I think employers need not only to focus on qualifications but also on potential, on what people or what young people can actually offer with regards to the green economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ngali. Again, you're talking about the need for education. You're talking about the need for people to know more. But then again, you are also emphasizing the importance of employers paying attention to potentials beyond qualification. Thank you so much for that addition. We're going to go to the last question, which is literally for us to just summarize this. We have just 5 minutes to do this, and everyone is going to be answering this question. Everyone in the panel. By everyone, I mean Priya, I mean Ngali, and Mungwaya. So the question is, if a young person listening today wants to enter into the green economy, where do you think they should start? Let us start with you, Mungwaya, then we'll go to Ngali, and then Priya. You didn't get my question.
Yes. The question is, where should a young person that is looking to the green economy start from?
Absolutely.
According to me, what I think right now is the best opportunity is on recycling. Because if we are looking at the green economy, it means we have to first reduce on what we have right now in circulation. So I think they should make more research. Like young people, we should make more research on the recyclability of products that are affecting our environment right now. For example, you can think of something to do with the plastic, to do with the metal, to do with the car scrub, because it's one of the scrubs that it's one of the things that are really flooding our planet is the products like devices, cars, and stuff. So you could make more research about such things and find out how could you recycle them, what better products could you look at creating from such, because they are fairly cheaper, meaning you won't incur a lot of costs, and two, they are abundant. Like every country has a big um coverage or a big store for these things, yet they are really affecting our environment. So I could look at recycling as the best shot a young person can look at the moment. And then after, we look at how can we produce what we consume. What we consume, I mean by food production, because right now the other thing that is affecting our planet is the ways we are producing our food is also not as healthy to the soil, because we are using a lot of chemicals and other things. So if we could look at sustainability through the food production like we have, because they said recent research says that around 40% of the food production in US is put to waste. Meaning if someone is creative enough and look at what can we do to this that is put to waste, we can form fertilizers or we can make fertilizers out of them, which have less effect or less negative side effects to the environment. So we would have made something that is really good, less negative to our planet, and we are earning. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. For someone who is looking to start, if you're wanting to take the routes that we are talking about here around climate actions. You're trying to look at how you can get into the green economy. You can start from renewable energy. Thank you so much, Mungwaya, for that. Ngale, please, in 1 minute, tell us what you think anyone who is looking to start, or where you think they can start from.
Okay, if when you have a young person who wants to start or enter the green economy, the first thing you need to know is to start with a problem and not a job title, meaning that you need to access or assess what your community is truly facing. What are people struggling with in your community? And from there, you try to answer that question. I'll take a simple example. With my company, Divine Favor, we transform cassava. And now, what do we do with cassava? We already plant the cassava, and after plantation or after harvesting, we transform cassava into cassava flour and cassava products. And then now the peelings of the cassava is used to make fertilizers and fuel. That means you're not only finding you're like we are not only working towards food security, we are also working towards less waste in the environment. And now also young people need to know that for you to enter the green economy, you don't need to be called a very big name. You can start from little. You can pick containers around. I see young people creating or making chairs with bottles. You can start from there. And also they say we need to have digital literacy to start or enter green entrepreneurship. But I'll tell you, digital literacy is very important. However, you can start from the smallest things. If you do not have access to technology, what can you do? How can I do something without having these big technologies to go about it? And you will see that you are not only going to be entering green economy, you are also going to be addressing problems that are being faced in the community at large.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Ngali, for that insight. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't chase the title. Look for the problem to solve. Thank you. Pira, we'll wrap up the session with your own take on the question that was asked. Someone who is looking to enter the green economy, where do you think they can start from? Please, let's have that in 1 minute. Thank you. Before Pira speaks, just again to call the attention of Ayomide, please check your WhatsApp. I have sent a message to your WhatsApp that needs your attention very quickly. Pira, are you ready to speak? Pira, are you there? Pira, are you still on the call? We need your final take. If you're speaking, your mic is muted if you're on the call, but we need your final take on the green economy for somebody who is looking to start and wants to go into the green economy. Pira, are you there? Okay. All right. Pira is off the room. Thank you so much. Thank you to our panelists. It's been a very wonderful conversation. Mungwaya and Ngali, you guys have brought in so much light to the conversation around green jobs, entrepreneurship, and future skills. And I'm sure that somebody who had listened to this session by now would have known not just what green jobs mean, but then understand how they can better position themselves and take the actions that can help them achieve success in the green economy. Thank you very much, Mungwaya. Thank you very much, Ngali. We do appreciate your input and your invaluable contribution to this event. Thank you. So we will be moving to the next section of the summit for today, and that would be session 7. Session 7, we will be talking about